Now comes William Bentinck. William Bentinck became the Governor General of India. A sense of generosity was spread in the thinking pattern of the British. The British rulers started taking interest in the life of the people of India. They introduced some reforms in India for the betterment of her people. Let us see what are the betterments. So, reformers introduced by William Bentinck are: first, political reformers. What were the political reformers? William Bentinck recruited Indians in the administration division of the Indian East Company. So Indians were recruited. He also allowed Indians to use their mother tongue while demanding justice in the court, which otherwise was not allowed. So he could use our mother tongue. That was a political reformers. Now what were the social reformers? Many evil customs existed in the Indian culture at the time of the British. During the time of Bentinck, the English rulers and social workers desired to remove these evils from our society, but some orthodox people refrained them from doing so. So they thought of doing some good work. William thought of some good work, and all this he was trying to take out. He had many evil practices which were going in a country. Finally, with efforts, Raja Ram Mohan Roy and other social workers, Bentinck passed a law in 1829 to stop the evil of sati system in India. Sati was there when Raja Harshvardhan was there. If you remember the first lesson, sati was also there. But in 1829, William Bentinck put a law that there should not be anything called sati. And what were the educational reforms? There was a law under the East India Company that every year rupees 1 lakh would be spent on the education in India. However, this was never implemented. There was a law that 1 lakh should be spent on education, but it was never implemented. Finally, Bentinck formed an education committee in India who took care of our education system. With the help of Lord Macaulay, Bentinck began education in English in India in 1834. This education had its own limitations, but it brought in the feeling of nationalism among the Indian youths. Now, this education system brought some changes in Indians, but it had its minus point also. For this, Mahatma Gandhi had told to give millions of knowledge to English is to enslave them. Then by receiving English education, we have enslaved the nation. Mahatma Gandhi said, if you study English, you will become their slaves. But now, we Indians were very smart enough how we use their English. So let us see further. These were the some reformers which were introduced. Railway. With the revolution, mills, factories and industries flourished all over the world, including India. And this industrial revolution was from 1760 to 1846 all over the world. There was an industrial revolution because all over the world the private companies were harassing the people and the government were not able to take care of the business. So there was the industrial revolution in which the major business was of the country of a particular country will be controlled by the government. That was the industrial revolution. And same that time in India also revolution took place and many factories and industries were flourished during that time. And that is the time in 1853 the British government started railway in India for quick transportation of army. It was not for the benefit of India but for their own benefit. But we were also benefited. Then, what do you mean by modern communication? Lord Dalhousie implemented the modern postal and telegraph system in 1854 in India. This was introduced mainly to exchange messages among British rulers in India, thereby keeping an eye on every activity of the huge country of India. Along with this, the newspapers were also introduced in India. Indians could also avail the freedom of the press due to this reformation. Now, railway was introduced, press was introduced, and telegraph and telegram, all this was introduced. This was for their benefit, but we were also benefited. In this way, the British showed that they were making reforms for the benefits of the Indians. Actually, they were meant for the benefit of the British people. In spite of the ill intention of the British, these reforms helped Indians to awaken a feeling of nationalism in them. Indians में patriotism जाग उठी. The youth who educated themselves in English became familiar with few trends of the world. Now, those who were studying English, they came to know about the new trend which is going on in the world, and the people of India came closer to each other due to post and railways. Not only Britishers but Indians were also using the post and telegraph systems, and they were also using the railways. So Indians were in connection with each other. This played an important role in spreading national awareness and bringing about social reforms in the country. So, this all was for the benefit, but this brought about social reforms in the country. So, with this, we finish chapter number 6, Effects of British Rule in India. I hope you understood this lesson. It is not much about it like the story, in which how the Britishers came, what they did after their coming, what we benefited, what they benefited. If you understand it like a story, then it is very easy to put it in your own words. Also read the lesson. With this, I finished this lesson.